Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
Hello everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words. Today we're going to talk about 20 travel phrases you should know. Let's get started. אפשר לקבל מפה? Could I get a map? אפשר לקבל מפה? Could I get a map? Obviously you can hear the closeness between the word map and mapa. And I think probably the origin is like Greek or something like that, and it just, found its way into all the different languages. אתה מדבר אנגלית? Do you speak English? אתה מדבר אנגלית? Do you speak English? Well, obviously, if somebody speaks English, he can answer you that question even if you ask it in English. יש אוטובוס משדה התעופה לעיר? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? יש אוטובוס משדה התעופה לעיר? Is there a bus from the airport to the city? Yeah, that's always very useful. I suggest you ask this question like at the information center inside the airport and not just go outside and start asking people, because most people have their own arrangements of getting to their own places and, just talk to people who know stuff, יש אינטרנט אלחוטי בחינם? Is there free Wi-Fi? יש אינטרנט אלחוטי בחינם? Is there free Wi-Fi? Now this is a question that I can relate to. If you want to ask, what's the Wi-Fi password in Israel, then you should ask, מה הסיסמה ל-Wi-Fi? If you say Wi-Fi, people know what that is. So just ask, מה הסיסמה? יש לכם חדרים פנויים הלילה? Do you have any vacancies tonight? יש לכם חדרים פנויים הלילה? Do you have any vacancies tonight? Girl, if you didn't pre-order your rooms in advance, I don't know what to tell you. Okay? Just whatevs. אני יכול לעבור לחדר אחר? Could I move to a different room? אני יכול לעבור לחדר אחר? Could I move to a different room? I don't normally do this unless the room is really bad or it smells. That happened to me before, when the room just smells out of nowhere. הזמנתי מקום. I have a reservation. הזמנתי מקום. I have a reservation. So this one you can use in both restaurants or hotels or, whenever you make a reservation to. Sometimes it could even be a bus. So that's really useful. אפשר לקבל תפריט בבקשה? Could we have the menu, please? אפשר לקבל תפריט בבקשה? Could we have the menu, please? Yeah, sometimes they just forget. They sit you down, you're at the table. Sometimes they'll even give you water and no menu, so that's kind of funny. יש לך המלצות? Do you have any recommendations? יש לך המלצות? Do you have any recommendations? So I think in Israel generally, if you ask the waiter if he has recommendations, then he will tell you what he personally likes. Whereas in other places, they would oh, do you have recommendations? And they'll tell you, yeah, this and this, and it's very popular. So I don't know what you guys prefer, but I kind of prefer the waiter's own preference because he probably ate all of the dishes in the menu and he knows what up, אפשר לקבל את החשבון? Could I have the check? אפשר לקבל את החשבון? Could I have the check? Yeah, or you can just and I think that's an international thing, check please, but you'll be surprised, some countries. אני אלרגי לבוטנים. I'm allergic to peanuts. אני אלרגי לבוטנים. I'm allergic to peanuts. That's really important if you're going to restaurants and if you have any sorts of allergies. So you should mention that and you should really make it clear. And funny story, I found out that in Israel, there are much less peanut allergies than any other place in the world because there's a peanut snack that parents just shove to their kids since they're 0 age, and apparently that kind of immunes them towards peanut allergies, and it's very rare, so yay. מים בבקשה. Water, please. מים בבקשה. Water, please. Yeah, water in restaurants. You should know that you're always supposed to get tap water for free, so remember that. כמה זה עולה? How much is this? כמה זה עולה? How much is this? Also a very useful phrase. You can ask that when you're doing shopping and clothes and like when you're buying tickets for something. So useful. אני רוצה 10 כאלה. I'd like 10 of these. אני רוצה 10 כאלה. I'd like 10 of these. Wow. I don't think I've ever bought 10 of anything. אני רוצה את זה. I'd like this. אני רוצה את זה. I'd like this. So out of all the things, this is the thing you want. And you should emphasize, when you say that, you should emphasize the word זה. It. This. אתה יכול לתת לי הנחה? Could you give me a discount? אתה יכול לתת לי הנחה? Could you give me a discount? Now this one you should always say with a smile on your face. And another way of saying it in Hebrew, which is a little bit more common and a little bit more casual, is instead of the verb לתת, to give, use the verb לעשות, to do. אתה יכול לעשות לי הנחה? אתם מקבלים כרטיסי אשראי? Do you take credit card? אתם מקבלים כרטיסי אשראי? Do you take credit cards? Again, usually yes. Another very useful thing to ask with credit cards is if you can put like the tip in a restaurant, if you can put that on the credit card as well. And when you want to ask that, you'd say, אפשר טיפ באשראי? איפה תחנת הרכבת? Where's the train station? איפה תחנת הרכבת? Where's the train station? I feel like this sentence is more useful in places when you have like an underground train, whereas in Israel you have like a train that goes between cities, but sometimes you need to take that to the airport, so it's good to ask. סליחה? כמה עולה נסיעה? Excuse me, what's the fare? סליחה? כמה עולה נסיעה? Excuse me, what's the fare? I guess you'd ask that probably only on a bus in Israel and not in any other place. אתה יכול לצלם אותי בבקשה? Could you take a picture of me, please? אתה יכול לצלם אותי בבקשה? Could you take a picture of me, please? Yeah, so if you're not that much into selfies or you want to get a more panoramic or wide view of what's behind you, then ask somebody. Don't be shy. Okay, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for watching Hebrew Top Words. We spoke about 20 travel phrases that you should know. Please let me know down below if there's anything else that you want to know and what do you commonly use and if you have a funny story for when you were abroad. I'd love to read all of your comments. Don't forget to like up this video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com for more content, more videos, and more Hebrew. I'll see you next time. Bye. Shalom. Hi everybody, I'm Eilat from HebrewPod101.com. Do you know how to say I love you in Hebrew? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say I love you and a special phrase for Valentine's Day. Let's start with the most common phrase. אני אוהב אותך. אני אוהב אותך. I love you. This phrase is direct. You should use it only when you're confessing your love. If you want to be less direct, you can use this phrase. אתה כל כך חשוב לי. אתה כל כך חשוב לי. It means, you mean so much to me. Now, if you want to be more romantic in expressing your love for someone, you can say this phrase. מילים לא יכולות לתאר את האהבה שלי אליך. מילים לא יכולות לתאר את האהבה שלי אליך. It means, words cannot describe my love for you. Now you know 3 different ways to say I love you in Hebrew. And here's one more. What if you want to spend Valentine's Day with someone special? In that case, you can say, התהיה בן זוגי בחג האהבה? התהיה בן זוגי בחג האהבה? It means, will you be my Valentine? Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned. Listen to the expression and repeat after me. I love you. אני אוהב אותך. אני אוהב אותך. You mean so much to me. אתה כל כך חשוב לי. אתה כל כך חשוב לי. Words cannot describe my love for you. מילים לא יכולות לתאר את האהבה שלי אליך. מילים לא יכולות לתאר את האהבה שלי אליך. Will you be my Valentine? התהיה בן זוגי בחג האהבה? התהיה בן זוגי בחג האהבה? Well done! Here's a fun fact. According to Jewish tradition, on Tu B'Av, or the Jewish celebration of love, Jewish girls would go out to dance in borrowed clothes. Do you know why? Jewish girls would go out to the vineyards wearing borrowed white clothes. The clothes were borrowed so that no one could distinguish between the poor and the wealthy, so as not to embarrass anyone. You just learned 3 different ways to say I love you in Hebrew and 1 special phrase for Valentine's Day. I'll see you next time. תודה רבה. Should I? Yes. Wonderful wine.
Okay, nice.
Take it, darling. It looks fabulous in you. Come on, please take it. Please. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. Do you know 17 ways to wear a scarf? Because I do. I told you I could do this all day. That was a fail. No, yes, no. Oh, look at all this money. Do you want some money? I'll give you. Oh, that's what the young people are doing to this, right? I'm just a person. Hi everybody, Edith here. Welcome back, and today we're gonna learn top 10 phrases you'll need for a date. Also, I want to mention that I will speak as a woman inviting a man out. So all of those phrases will be addressed towards a male. Let's begin. רוצה לצאת איתי לארוחת ערב? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? רוצה לצאת איתי לארוחת ערב? Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Yeah, I think like dinner is a more mature kind of a date. I think it's either if you're more far along in your relationship, like maybe you're a bit more mature and you have more money, but most people maybe would just go out for like a coffee or a beer. רוצה לבלות יחד? Would you like to hang out with me? רוצה לבלות יחד? Would you like to hang out with me? I think this is like a very kind of a vague, obscure kind of a way to ask somebody to do something with you. Like, it's nice to hang out, but, be more specific. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to have frozen yogurt? Do you want to, buy a dress? Do you want to go to the movies? Don't be so vague. אתה כל כך חמוד. You're so cute. אתה כל כך חמוד. You're so cute. So in Hebrew, when we say the equivalent of cute, which is chamud, it's kind of like friend-zoning somebody, as a matter of fact. It's not like, cute, like he's handsome, like in English. It's just like saying cute to a dog. And there's also a saying a guy would say, call a dog cute. Like, I'm not cute, I'm a man. So if you're a woman and you're telling a guy he's cute, that's not a compliment. אתה נראה נהדר. You look great. אתה נראה נהדר. You look great. Sometimes when you see your date, he just comes over and he really looks sharp. It's like, oh, you look great. Yeah. זה היה ערב נהדר. That was a great evening. זה היה ערב נהדר. That was a great evening. Don't say it if you just had an okay kind of a time, because the word nehedar in Hebrew, it means actually great, fantastic. And if you really had a fantastic time and you're not trying to like play it cool and you really wanted him to know that you had a good time, then say that. But if you're trying to be cool, say something maybe a bit more mild. אני אתקשר אליך. I'll call you. אני אתקשר אליך. I'll call you. Now guys, especially guys, don't say it if you don't mean it. Just say, it was great seeing you. Okay, bye. That's good enough. אני אסיע אותך הביתה. I'll drive you home. אני אסיע אותך הביתה. I'll drive you home. Not if you had drinks. If you had dinner, a soft drink, then sure, drive him home. Why not? Show him your driving skills. באיזו שעה אתה רוצה להיפגש מחר? What time shall we meet tomorrow? באיזו שעה אתה רוצה להיפגש מחר? What time shall we meet tomorrow? Again, this is like very useful when you said tomorrow, but you don't really know exactly when. Is it 7? Is it 8? Then just be more specific and ask him what time. רוצה להיפגש שוב? Can I see you again? רוצה להיפגש שוב? Can I see you again? Yeah, it's like a very direct thing to ask. I don't think I've ever asked it anybody. And you don't really have to. You just can like, yeah, okay, I'll call you, or, or call me. If it's really important to you and, you're not playing any games and you're all being like really straightforward and simple, then you might say, רוצה להיפגש שוב? Can I see you again? רוצה ללכת למקום אחר? Shall we go somewhere else? רוצה ללכת למקום אחר? Shall we go somewhere else? If the bar is too loud or, maybe smelly from cigarettes, or maybe the restaurant you wanted to go to there's a bit of a line, and you're thinking, okay, let's not waste our time, and maybe you can find someplace that's more comfortable, then you'd ask that, like, שנלך למקום אחר? Okay, so thank you everybody. Today we learned about top 10 phrases you'll need for a date. I hope you have many successful ones, and if you're already in a relationship, just skip the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and like up this video, and don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com. Okay, see you. Bye-bye. להתראות.
You are at a train station platform where you are waiting for your train. There's a small pamphlet sitting on a display case about a new train that will be introduced next year. You decide to pick up and read the pamphlet. What is the main feature and the biggest advantage of the new train? What is the main feature and the biggest advantage of the new train? The main feature of the train is that it is propelled by magnetism. The biggest advantage is that it can reach twice the speeds of any train that runs on tracks.
של הרכבת הוא שהיא מונעת על ידי מגנטיות. היא יכולה להגיע למהירות כפולה מזו של רכבת שנוסעת על פסים.
Hello everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words. Today we are going to talk about the 5 biggest festivals in Israel. Let's start. Midburn, 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 Midburn. השנה לא השגתי כרטיס למידברן. This year I didn't get a ticket to Midburn. I actually have never been to Midburn, but it sounds kind of awesome. The meaning of the name is like in the middle. It's in the middle, but it's burning. It's in the desert. Midburn. It's supposed to be like Coachella, I think. It's like the Israeli version of Coachella. It kind of looks like a huge village with weird art installments, and people are dressed with like, sparkles and sequins and stuff. It's supposed to be really fun. I don't think it's an international festival, but maybe there are a few bands from outside of Israel who are performing there. Sometimes it's getting bigger every year, of course, and I hope to go one day. if I get the chance and the guts. Indi Negev. Indi Negev. Indi Negev. Indi Negev. האינדי נגב נערך כל שנה בסתיו. The Indi Negev is held every year in autumn. I've actually been to the Indi Negev. It's also a music festival for indie bands, and it's held in the Negev, which is the desert in southern Israel. And if you have the chance to go, usually it's right before the beginning of the school year in universities and colleges, so you can have like one last huzzah before you start school again, so it's nice. פסטיבל הג'אז בים האדום. Red Sea Jazz Festival. פסטיבל הג'אז בים האדום. Red Sea Jazz Festival. ג'אז בים האדום הוא אירוע מוזיקה בינלאומי. The Red Sea Jazz Festival is an international music event. I think the Red Sea Jazz Festival is the most famous music festival in Israel, and it's true that artists come from all over the world. I've been there once when I was 17 with my brother. It was actually pretty awesome, even though I really hate jazz. Sorry, I do. Festival Arad. Arad Festival. Festival Arad. Arad Festival. פסטיבל ערד הוא מהוותיקים בישראל. The Arad Festival is one of the oldest in Israel. It's true, I think the Arad Festival started like back at the 70s. I think there was a very long time when it didn't happen, but then it kind of started running again, which is nice. I don't know if you guys noticed, but most of the festivals in Israel are being held down south, the desert, even Eilat, which is the southest point. I guess it's just like there's more space. Makes sense. Festival Machol Carmiel. Carmiel Dance Festival. Festival Machol Carmiel. Carmiel Dance Festival. לאוהבי מחול מומלץ להגיע לפסטיבל בכרמיאל. For dance lovers, it is recommended to go to the Carmiel Dance Festival. So I think generally dance festivals are not quite as popular, so that's why this one is being held up north, which is generally a little bit more, like you don't have that many open spaces there. But what can you do? I think people are more into music than dance, generally. Okay, everybody, that's it. Today we've talked about the 5 biggest festivals in Israel. Let me know in the comments below about your festival experiences and if you've ever been to one of the festivals in Israel. Alright, and don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com for more Hebrew, more content, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye, להתראות.
You've decided to study a new language, so now what? Well, you want to become fluent fast, right? Here are the top 5 shortcuts to learning a language. Number 1, create a study schedule and set some goals. Many language learners are unorganized. Creating a schedule allows you to free up time to study consistently. Goals give you motivation and something to strive for. Number 2, make it fun. If you learn how to make your study time enjoyable, chances are you'll be more inclined to study. Watch a TV show with subtitles or listen to some music. Number 3, find a language partner. This is the best way to improve your conversation skills. It will help you gain fluency even faster and increase confidence when speaking. Number 4, use word lists to build up a solid vocabulary. This is a great way to build up your fluency, one word at a time. Luckily, we have all the word lists you need, with a range of topics, from food to love. Choose whichever language you want to study and go. Number 5, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Nothing helps you improve more than correcting your own errors. You're more likely to remember it correctly the next time around. Everyone makes mistakes. Don't be afraid to learn from them. There's no magical way to learn a new language overnight, but doing all of these can really help your learning process. And remember, if you're interested in getting on the fast track to fluency, sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. Start learning now.
Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
Shalom everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about 15 must-know family words. Let's get started. Mishpacha, family. Mishpacha, family. Zot tmuna shel mishpachti. This is a picture of my family. Av, Abba, father. Av, Abba, father. Mi ha'aba shel Mario? Who is Mario's father? So in Hebrew, there are basically two ways for saying father or dad, and one of them is Abba, which is the more natural one, a normal one that people use, and it can mean dad or daddy or father also. It's like a real word. It's not just like daddy. And the Av is a little bit more biblical and more formal, and people don't usually use it, but it's an important word to know. Obviously, both of the words are very close with just the difference of one letter in the end, so you can understand, but just so you'll know that Av is a bit more serious, I guess. Baal, husband. Baal, husband. Ba'ali ahuv mevashel bishvili. My beloved husband is cooking for me. So, actually now a lot of women, and especially I guess feminist women, don't want to use the word Baal anymore because it does come from the word owner. And of course, yes, it comes from the Bible, and back then men used to own women, but since we don't live at that time anymore, many women just don't say that word anymore, and they say an equivalent to my man, which is ishi. Ben, son. Ben, son. הבן שלי סטודנט באוניברסיטה. My son is a university student. This is really easy. The word for son in Hebrew is just the same as the word for boy. Ben. Ach, brother. Ach, brother. לאבא שלי יש 3 אחים. My father has 3 brothers. This is also like a very easy word, ach. If you got your chet right, then you'll be fine. Dod, uncle. Dod, uncle. הדוד שלי רופא. My uncle is a doctor. Another interesting factoid is that the word dod in the Bible doesn't only mean uncle, but sometimes it's used as meaning my love, especially in the Song of Songs and Psalmi. But it doesn't have anything to do, the word uncle and the word my love or lover has nothing to do with each other. So, Saba, grandfather. Saba, grandfather. ירשתי את השעון הזה מסבא שלי. I inherited this clock from my grandfather. So, as you can see, most of the words in Hebrew for family members are quite short and easy because you use them a lot. Family is very important in Jewish culture and in Israeli culture. It's a very family-oriented culture, I guess. So, yeah, even the words for dad and granddad are very similar. It's Abba and Saba. Em, Ima, mother. Em, Ima, mother. Ima ואבא שלי היו נשואים 50 שנה. My mother and father were married for 50 years. So again, for the word for mom or mother, the word ima is more common and used as mom, mommy, mother. And the word em, again, is more biblical. It's shorter. It's more official. Just the same as we've learned about father. Bat, daughter. Bat, daughter. הבת שלנו פרופסורית באוניברסיטה, והבן שלנו איש עסקים. Our daughter is a university professor, and our son is a businessman. Again, very easy. The word for daughter is just the same as the word for girl. Bat. Achot. Sister. Achot. Sister. היא האחות הגדולה שלי, והיא עורכת דין. She's my older sister, and she's a lawyer. Achot, as you can probably tell, sounds very similar to ach, just with a suffix for female. Isha. Wife. Isha. Wife. היא אישה ואם. She's a wife and a mother. The word for wife is the same as the word for woman. It's very simple. It's like, she's my woman, she's my wife. It's the same. And when a man says my wife, he would say, the most common way to hear it is ishti. Chamot. Chama. Mother-in-law. Chamot. Chama. Mother-in-law. אל תיתן לחמה שתלטנית לרדות בך. Don't be pushed around by an overbearing mother-in-law. It's not just the mothers, everybody, okay? Also, there are two words for the word mother-in-law, and they're very similar, chama and chamot. And they're both used kind of, interchangeably. Savta, grandmother. Savta, grandmother. סבתא מכינה את פאי התפוחים הטוב בעולם. My grandmother makes the best apple pie in the world. Well, I guess American grandmothers. My grandmother made the best rice casserole in the world. Bat zug. Ben zug. Partner. Bat zug. Ben zug. Partner. הרבה גברים צעירים מחפשים בת זוג. Many young men are looking for a partner. So in Hebrew, again, you always have the difference between male and female, unlike English when partner can be both male and female. So when you're talking about a boy partner, it's ben zug, and a girl partner is bat zug. Like we've learned that ben is boy and bat is girl and also daughter, and ben is also son. It's very, very simple. Doda. Aunt. Doda. Aunt. הדודה שלי אוהבת פרחים צהובים. My aunt likes yellow flowers. Sometimes we use the word for aunt in Hebrew also when we see just like a woman who's a little bit older, maybe like in her 50s, and she seems to, have this older woman vibe, or when we say about somebody that she dresses older from her age or puts a makeup that makes her look older than her true age, then we can say that she looks like a doda, she looks like an aunt. I don't know why that is, but actually I think that's a very accurate way to say it, like, oh yeah, she looks like a total aunt. So, yeah. Okay, everybody, that's it for today. Today we've learned about 15 must-know family words in Hebrew. Please let me know in the comments below. Tell me about your family and who is your favorite family member. And don't forget to like up this video, subscribe, and check out HebrewPod101.com for more Hebrew, more contents. And I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi, everybody. I'm Idit from HebrewPod101.com. In this lesson, you'll learn some important phrases for Hanukkah in Israel and some valuable cultural tips. In Hebrew, Hanukkah is called Chanukah. Chanukah. Jewish people don't observe Western Christmas. Instead, Hanukkah, or the Festival of Lights, is celebrated over 8 days in November or December each year. Hanukkah commemorates the rededication of the Second Jewish Temple in Jerusalem. On Chanukah, or Hanukkah, Israeli people greet each other by saying Chanukah Sameach. Chanukah Sameach. It means Happy Hanukkah. When you meet someone on Hanukkah, be sure to greet them with this phrase. Chanukah Sameach! Chanukah Sameach! Jewish people celebrate the holiday with special events and customs. The most popular food to eat during Hanukkah is leviva. Leviva. It means potato cake. For Hanukkah, fried potato cakes are a traditional dish. These deliciously crispy cakes are served with sour cream and applesauce. Contemporary recipes feature alternative ingredients, such as pumpkin, cauliflower, and a special Moroccan spice blend. Let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what you've learned. Listen to the words and repeat after me. Hanukkah, Chanukah, Chanukah. Happy Hanukkah! Chanukah Sameach! Chanukah Sameach! Potato cake. Leviva. Leviva. Well done! Here's a fun fact. Do you know a special custom Jewish people observe over Hanukkah? Over the 8 days of Hanukkah, a candle is lit each day on a special candle holder called the Chanukiah. That's it! You just learned about how Israeli people celebrate Hanukkah and some important facts about the holiday. Jewish people don't... Sorry, my eyes bounced. My name's Hermione Granger.
You just got off the train at the closest station to your friend's new house, where he's invited you to a party. Which exit should you use to get to your friend's new house? Which exit should you use to get to your friend's new house? Although the east exit would have normally been the closest exit, it's currently under construction, so you should take the south exit instead.
לצאת ביציאה הדרומית.
Shalom everybody, Edith here. This is Hebrew Top Words, and today we're going to talk about top 10 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. Let's start. Meltzar, waiter. Meltzar, waiter. האדון נותן טיפ למלצר. The gentleman is tipping the waiter. So the word adon is not very much used in Hebrew, even less than the word gentleman in English. It's just that Hebrew got to be so casual with the years that people hardly ever use these words anymore, and it's kind of a funny thing to say, but it's still a word that you should know. You will encounter it in maybe even in the newspapers or in books, obviously. So yeah, it's good to know. Meltzarit, waitress. Meltzarit, waitress. Talia, meltzarit במסעדה איטלקית. Talia is a waitress in an Italian restaurant. Now this is a much more realistic phrase. Like in English, which is not something that happens very often, you have a different word for a male and female doing the same thing. A waiter is meltzar and a waitress meltzarit. תפריט, menu. תפריט, menu. אפשר לראות את התפריט בבקשה? Can I see the menu, please? This is just like a very useful sentence for a restaurant because I'm always that person that takes forever to choose. I'm sorry, I am. So just let me see the menu, okay? Unless it's someplace that I go like every day or like a lot or often, I'm like sitting in front of the menu like. But I'm a good chooser, I have to admit. I like, when I get my dish, everybody's like, oh. Hazmana, order. Hazmana, order. התקשר כדי לבצע הזמנה. Call to place an order. So the word for Hebrew hazmana can also mean a reservation. It can also mean the order that you're taking when you're sitting at the restaurant. And it can also be like a takeaway order that you do by the phone. Very useful word. מים, water. מים, water. תשתה מים כל יום. Drink water every day. Well, of course, but not just every day. You have to drink like 3 liters of water every day, especially now during summer. And you can get tap water for free in any restaurant or bar in Israel, so you should just know that. I think like that's a law or something that you're allowed to get free water. Chef, 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 chef. השף מכין את המנה. The chef is preparing the dish. Is there any language where a chef is not a chef? Chef, chef, מסעדה, restaurant. מסעדה, restaurant. הוא הלך למסעדה אחרי העבודה. He went to a restaurant after work. So the word מסעדה is from the word sa'ad, which means to eat or to have a meal. חשבון, bill. חשבון, bill. מלצר, החשבון. Waiter, the bill. The word cheshbon in Hebrew also means maths, because you have to do the math to know how much you pay, right? So it just makes sense. So, waiter, the maths. טעים, delicious. טעים, delicious. סחוג עם גבינה לבנה על לחם זה טעים מאוד. סחוג with white cheese on bread is very delicious. Yes, it is, if you like spicy food. מנה עיקרית, main course. מנה עיקרית, main course. המנה העיקרית הערב היא דג על האש. Tonight's main course is grilled fish. Okay, everybody, that's it. Today we talked about 15 must-know vocabulary for the restaurant. Let me know in the comments below about your experiences at restaurants. Good ones, bad ones, funny ones. I sure have a lot of embarrassing ones. So let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like up this video, subscribe, and check out HebrewPod101.com for more Hebrew, more content, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, shalom. Hello everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and this week we're going to talk about top 10 phrases your parents always say. Let's get started. תיזהר לך. Be careful. That's like, you're walking on thin ice, buddy. Be careful. Just a disclaimer, my parents never said those things to me because I was an amazing child, but I do have 2 brothers and, תהיה בשקט. Be quiet. I wish just everybody, right? Just everybody to be quiet. תתנהג יפה. Behave. That's like, I think it's not such a bad thing to say. It's like, oh, well, be nice. Even though your friend is a total weirdo who eats his boogers, just be nice. עשה את שיעורי הבית שלך. Do your homework. No TV before you finish. לך לישון. Go to bed. Just a little bit of formaldehyde and just sound asleep. אני סופרת עד 3. I'm going to count to 3. And what? Like nobody ever follows that threat. עצור. Stop. This stop is also like in traffic, like stop, just, yeah. מה אמרת? What did you say? This is like a classic passive-aggressive mother of like, oh, do you want to say that again? You want to say it to my face? Yeah? אני לא צוחקת. I'm not kidding. Why would your child think you're kidding? nobody's ever kidding. כבה את הטלוויזיה עכשיו. Turn the TV off now. I think probably today it's not so much the TV anymore as like iPad, iPhone, what is it, that thing? Nintendo? I don't know.
The Switch?
Yeah, the Nintendo Switch. Yes. Put your Nintendo Switch down. They can just say, put that thing down. Okay, everybody, that's it. We did top 10 phrases your parents always say. Let me know in the comments below some of the gems that your parents say to you. I wouldn't know, again, but let me know. I think it's hilarious. And yeah, don't forget to like up this video, subscribe, check out Hebrew Pod 101 for more content, more Hebrew, and I'll see you all next time. Shalom!
Learning a language requires a huge investment of time and often money as well. Many people are hesitant to put in the amount of effort required to become fluent. But learning a new language can be one of life's most rewarding experiences. Here are 5 reasons to learn a language. Number 1, more opportunities. A new language can open up many new doors. You're able to work in countries other than your own. Tons of employers look to hire multilingual professionals every year. Number 2, meeting new people. Get to know speakers of other languages on a more personal level. Meeting new people is one of the main reasons people begin to study a language. Making new friends is a good enough reason to start studying. Number 3, exploring a different culture. Whether you decide to live abroad or you're just taking a vacation, knowing the local language will allow you to better understand the people. This can open your eyes to not only their country, but your country as well. Learn how people view your home from their perspective. Number 4, health benefits. Studying a new language actually comes with health benefits. Keep your brain sharp by studying every day. You'll be helping your mind fight off old age and stay fresh. Number 5, discover you can do it. We've heard every excuse that people give for failing to learn a new language. Too old, not enough time, wrong genes. But you shouldn't let your excuses hold you back. You really can learn another language. You could even hold your first conversation just a few days from now. Don't make any more excuses. Just click to start speaking the language you've always wanted to learn. Sign up for your free lifetime account. No credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. Stop hesitating and start learning a new language now.
Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
Shalom everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about the 10 top tourist attractions in Israel. Let's begin. Eilat, 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 Eilat. בחודשי הקיץ, הטמפרטורה באילת גבוהה מאוד. In the summer months, the temperature is very high in Eilat. That's true, it's a desert area, but also it's dry heat, so it's not as bad. It's very dry, so you don't sweat as much, but you do have to be careful not to dehydrate and also, protect yourself from the UV rays. But it's nice. Yam HaMelach, Dead Sea. Yam HaMelach, the Dead Sea. מי ים המלח מלוחים מאוד. Dead Sea water is very salty. So in Hebrew, actually, the name is not the Dead Sea, but actually the Salt Sea, which makes sense. It has an extremely high percent of salt and like phosphates, I guess, and other type of minerals. It's supposed to be very healthy for your body, unless you have any open wounds, which in that case, ow. But it is very healthy. The sun doesn't, they say that because it's so low beneath the sea level, that the sun doesn't hit there the same as other places, so you don't get as much UV as you do in places that are sea level or up, which somehow makes sense, but I wouldn't take the chance and I would still put on a lot of cream. Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. בירושלים חיים למעלה מ-800,000 תושבים. There are more than 800,000 inhabitants living in Jerusalem. I guess so. I've never checked. It is a very interesting city. There is a lot to do there. Even if you're not into all the religious things, it's a nice place to visit, to hang around. They have some really awesome cafes, cool universities, cool subculture. Yeah, it's nice. Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee. רכבנו סביב הכנרת. We rode around the Sea of Galilee. Yeah, that's a very beautiful area right there. I think one of my favorite places to go if I want to go to like a resort in Israel is around there. Even though down south at the desert they have really interesting stuff too. It's a lovely place. Unfortunately, sometimes it gets smaller and smaller because it doesn't rain so much in Israel sometimes, but it's okay. We're doing okay. It's fun. You can do like marine sports there too. Yeah, cool place. Makhtesh Ramon. Makhtesh Ramon. Makhtesh Ramon. Makhtesh Ramon. Makhtesh Ramon הוא המכתש הגדול בישראל. Makhtesh Ramon is the largest crater in Israel. Honestly, I think it's also the largest natural crater in the world. I know that geologists go there all the time to do research and like seminars and stuff like that. It's supposed to be a super interesting place. I personally have never been, maybe because my parents were too concerned about my allergies, which it makes sense. Every time I go to the desert, they just flare up. But it's an amazing place and you should visit. Masada. 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 למצדה סיפור היסטורי מעניין. Masada has an interesting historical story. Don't ask me about it. I'm not that good in history. I'm good in biology. But it is very interesting to go there. You see a lot of things that were amazingly preserved because of the dry weather over there. It is in the desert. Every time I went, I got allergies again. So I didn't went there a lot, but it is interesting. And sometimes you can also have amazing concerts there at night. And because of the ancient buildings and ancient, ruins, and you see all the lights, and you get like this opera show or something, it's very intense. Caesarea. 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 בקיסריה נותרו שרידים רבים מתקופת הרומאים. In Caesarea, there are many relics from the Roman era. That's true, it's also another very interesting historical place. It's also very beautiful, very romantic. Some people get married there. There is, I think, even a golf course somewhere around there. They have a lot of very expensive neighborhood that there are the homes of the richest people in Israel. And it's a beautiful place. Yeah, you should go, definitely. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv היא עיר מודרנית ותוססת. Tel Aviv is a modern, vibrant city. Yeah, well, that's my favorite place in Israel, obviously. This is where I was born and raised. It's a beautiful place. It's an awesome place. There's lots to do, great food, a lot of hipsters. I love hipsters. And yeah, it's great. If you want to have fun, go to parties, go to the beach, meet new people. That's the place. Yafo. Jaffa. Yafo. Jaffa. Yafo היא עיר נמל עתיקה. Jaffa is an old port city. So actually Tel Aviv and Jaffa are the same jurisdiction. It's the same city. Yafo is beautiful. There are many things to do there. Flea market and the beach and Andromeda's rock, and you have some restaurants there, and you have the old city. And I remember actually, beautiful memory, when I was in the 2nd grade, we had like a sunrise tour. So it started like around 3 a.m. We started walking through the streets of Old Town Jaffa, and then we like stood on some hill somewhere and saw the sunrise, and it was amazing. It was my first time for me in my life to see the sunrise. It was beautiful. Sde Boker. Sde Boker. Sde Boker. Sde Boker. משדה בוקר ניתן לצאת לטיולים במדבר. From Sde Boker, you can go on desert hikes. everything that I can't do, desert and hikes. It is an interesting place. The first Prime Minister of Israel used to live there, so you can see the little hut, shack, that he used to live in. Teaches you a lesson about modesty and, being satisfied with only having, small place to live, small things, nothing fancy. Yeah. Okay, everybody, that's it. These are the top 10 tourist attractions in Israel. Please let me know in the comments below if you visited any of them. Where would you want to go first? If there's anything that we forgot to mention that is very important that you love to go. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to like up this video, subscribe, and don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com for more Hebrew, more content, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, shalom.
You are at a train station where you're heading to the Lost and Found office to retrieve a lost passport. According to an email you received from the train company, what things do you need to provide to the staff? What things do you need to provide to the staff? The email says that you need to present proof of identification and to pay a small fee.
תעודה מזהה, תשלום סמלי.
Shalom everybody, Dit here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words. Today we are going to talk about top 10 ways to prepare for your travel. Let's begin. לבחור יעד, to choose your destination. לבחור יעד, to choose your destination. כבר בחרת יעד לטיול? Have you chosen your destination yet? What's your next destination to travel? I think mine would probably be Australia or Spain. Either way. לקנות מדריך טיולים. To buy a guidebook. לקנות מדריך טיולים. To buy a guidebook. קניתי מדריך טיולים עם המלצות מצוינות. I bought a guidebook with excellent recommendations. When I had my trip to Thailand after I finished the army, I was 21, that was 6 years ago. I still used a book from one of those really famous companies that do guidebooks. But now, wherever I go, I don't even use a book anymore. I just use the internet, and even when I'm at the place, I use the internet for recommendations, and I use Yelp. So it's amazing, in less than 10 years, just 6 years, how things have changed. That's pretty unbelievable. לחסוך כסף, to save money. לחסוך כסף, to save money. אני חוסכת כסף כבר שנתיים. I'm saving money for 2 years now. Well, I guess that depends where you want to go. Maybe some places you don't have to save as much money, or maybe if it's just a short trip. You should be comfortable when you travel and have enough money to spend on things that you want and have nice dinners. And so it's better to have it more further apart, I guess, and just be okay with the money than go every year and just be very skimgy about it. That's my opinion. להזמין טיסה, to book a flight. להזמין טיסה, to book a flight. הזמנתי טיסה ישירה לתל אביב. I booked a direct flight to Tel Aviv. I don't want to throw shade, but choose the companies that you fly with, the airlines that you fly with, carefully. לברר אודות עלויות, to research the costs. לברר אודות עלויות, to research the costs. האם ביררת אודות עלויות מזון ולינה? Have you already researched accommodation and food costs? So yeah, that's like super important. Sometimes you go to places and you don't realize how much money you're going to spend on food. Accommodations you usually know because you order it in advance in most places. But with food, just can be a mystery. להזמין מקומות לינה. To book accommodations. להזמין מקומות לינה. To book accommodations. בעונת התיירות חשוב להזמין מקומות לינה מראש. During the touristic season, it's important to book accommodations ahead. Oh, that's very true. Of course, now it might be a bit easier with like Airbnb and stuff like that, but still, like, when there is no place to sleep, there is no place to sleep. לחדש דרכון. To renew your passport. לחדש דרכון. To renew your passport. אם הדרכון פג תוקף, חשוב לחדש אותו. If your passport is expired, it's important to renew it. It happened to me. Some countries request for at least 6 months left on your passport before you go. Like, if you have 5 months before it's expired or like 4 less than that, you won't be able to enter the country. And I didn't know that for some place, and that happened to me. It's really bad. So even if you have like another 6 months left on your passport, renew it anyway. לארוז. To pack. לארוז. To pack. אני מתכננת לארוז בלילה לפני הטיסה. I'm planning to pack on the night before the flight. Well, if you're very used to it, then that's not a problem. But if you're not using to pack your things, maybe you should start before and not just the night before you go. Some people have like an already made list of the things that they always take with them, but people who don't travel quite as much, they don't have it. So don't do it like just the night before. Like, plan ahead, guys, okay? And don't just throw anything in the luggage anyway, okay? Like, this is no. Put it in an orderly fashion, please, please. לרכוש ביטוח נסיעות. To buy travel insurance. לרכוש ביטוח נסיעות. To buy travel insurance. לכל צרה שלא תבוא, כדאי לרכוש ביטוח נסיעות. For any trouble, it's better to buy travel's insurance. I have to admit I don't usually do that. Unless I go for a really long time. But I don't usually do that. להוציא visa. To get a visa. להוציא visa. To get a visa. לארצות מסוימות צריך להוציא ויזה מראש. For several countries, you must get a visa in advance. Especially the US, I think that's a super long process, so you should start doing that at least 6 months before you plan on going. Some other places too, I guess. Just make sure, like, what are the demands of your destination country from your passport country, I guess. Okay, everybody, that's it. Today we've talked about 10 top ways to prepare for your travel. Let me know in the comments below if you have any tips, tricks, or any like funny stories from your traveling. If you travel to Israel or anywhere else, something like really amusing that happened that you can never forget. Don't forget to like up this video, subscribe, check out HebrewPod101.com for more content, more Hebrew, and I'll see you all next time. Bye! Hello everybody, Dit here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about top 10 phrases to know when having a baby. Let's get started. להניק. To breastfeed. להניק. To breastfeed. להניק היא פעולה שגבר לעולם לא יוכל להרגיש. No man would understand how it feels to breastfeed. Yeah, I guess not. Maybe technology someday, you know, maybe. להחליף חיתול. To change a diaper. להחליף חיתול. To change a diaper. שני ההורים צריכים לדעת איך להחליף חיתול. Both parents should know how to change a diaper. Duh. להלביש סינר. To put on a bib. להלביש סינר. To put on a bib. תראה איך הוא מלכלך את החולצה. תלביש לו סינר. Look how he's messing his shirt. Put a bib on him. It all goes to the laundry anyway, it's whatever. You're gonna change his clothes 10 times a day anyway, no? להחליף בגדים. To change clothes. להחליף בגדים. To change clothes. אין דבר. נחליף לו בגדים אחר כך. It's okay. We'll change his clothes later. It's exactly what I said. לשיר שיר ערש. To sing a lullaby. לשיר שיר ערש. To sing a lullaby. הילד שלי לא נרדם מבלי ששרים לו שיר ערש. My kid doesn't fall asleep without a lullaby. My dad used to sing me lullabies when I was like a kid, and he chose the most horrific songs, and he thought I wouldn't understand like the words that he's saying or the lyrics, but I did, and I was traumatized, and I'm still afraid of clowns till this day. So yeah. It was about like a clown in the circus, and his father was a contortionist, and then one day he fell off the trapeze and broke his neck, but the kid who was a clown had to keep on smiling because that was his job, but nobody knew that he was crying from inside. It's just horrible. שמש עולה יורד גם הליל, אך הליצן עוד ממשיך וצוהל. Shivers. לנמנם. To take a nap. לנמנם. To take a nap. תינוקות רבים נוהגים לנמנם אחר הצהריים. Many babies take a nap during the afternoon. And me. לקנות מושב לאוטו. To buy a car seat. לקנות מושב לאוטו. To buy a car seat. עוד לפני הלידה חשוב לקנות מושב לאוטו. Even before birth, it's important to buy a car seat. And, check that it's up to the highest safety standards and stuff because it's super important. להאכיל. To feed. להאכיל. To feed. התינוקת עצבנית. כדאי להאכיל אותה בקרוב. The baby girl is cranky. We should feed her soon. I know this is hangry. I get to be that a lot. להסיע עגלה. To push a stroller. להסיע עגלה. To push a stroller. התינוקת שלי נהנית כשאני מסיעה אותה בעגלה. My baby enjoys it when I push her in the stroller. Yeah, I think that's a good way to make babies fall asleep, right? Just like the vibrations. להקריא סיפור. To read a story. להקריא סיפור. To read a story. האם מקריאה סיפור לילדים. The mother reads a story to the children. Yeah, that was my favorite when I was a girl. I still love stories till this day. Okay, guys, that's it. This was top 10 phrases to know when having a baby. Let me know in the comments below, do you have a baby? If you have like a funny story about being a new parent. I am not a parent yet, so I think maybe it could help me out. And don't forget to check out HebrewPod 101 for more Hebrew, more content, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye! Just buy baby food. Why make baby food? It comes in a little can. Tastes good. I tried it. Hello everybody, Dit here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about top 10 phrases tourists should never say. Let's get started. זה מגעיל. That's disgusting. זה מגעיל. That's disgusting. It's just, what? Don't say that ever about anything. Just no. You can think it. Don't say it. המדינה שלי יותר טובה. My country is better. המדינה שלי יותר טובה. My country is better. Sad. Just sad. הייתי מעדיף להיות בבית. I'd rather be back home. הייתי מעדיף להיות בבית. I'd rather be back home. Why even travel or leave your house if you'd just rather be home? It's weird. סתום את הפה. Shut up. סתום את הפה. Shut up. Don't. Super rude. It's embarrassing for me to even say it. But I guess it's a useful phrase in Hebrew because sometimes you don't say it like to people that you don't know. Sometimes you use it in an argument, and that could be okay. אני לא מעוניין בתרבות שלך. I'm not very interested in your culture. אני לא מעוניין בתרבות שלך. I'm not very interested in your culture. Again, why travel if you're not interested in other people's cultures? אני לא אוהב לפגוש אנשים חדשים. I don't like meeting new people. אני לא אוהב לפגוש אנשים חדשים. I don't like meeting new people. Okay. That's such a bad thing. You can learn so much from new people. And even if you don't like them, you just become a better person just by the fact that you had to pretend to be nice. So I think, yeah, just meet new people sometimes. בואו פשוט נאכל במקדונלדס. Let's just eat at McDonald's. בואו פשוט נאכל במקדונלדס. Let's just go eat at McDonald's. That's really offensive. Like, just McDonald's in itself is offensive. Just don't do that to your bodies, okay? No matter where you are. Unless you're really in dire straits. It's better than not eating. משעמם. Boring. משעמם. Boring. This one's useful. Not when you're traveling, but it's useful. יש לזה טעם נוראי. This tastes awful. יש לזה טעם נוראי. This tastes awful. Just don't say it, but don't eat it. אני מתכוון לבלות את היום בבית המלון. I'm going to spend the day in the hotel. אני מתכוון לבלות את היום בבית המלון. I'm going to spend the day in the hotel. If you're at a resort, that's okay. No? Yeah. Alright, everybody, that's it. Those were the top 10 phrases tourists should never say. Please don't ever say them to anybody, and let me know in the comments down below if anybody have ever been super rude towards you, or even like, kind of secretly rude, trying to hide it. And don't forget to check out HebrewPod101.com for more content, more Hebrew, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye. Shalom, everybody. Edith here. Okay, just help. Strong, independent woman. Okay. Shalom, everybody. Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words. Today we are going to talk about your top 10 language learning goals for the year. Let's start. אסיים את סדרת ביטויי ההישרדות ב-HebrewPod101.com על ידי כך שאקשיב לשני שיעורים מדי יום. I'll finish Survival Phrases series on HebrewPod101.com by listening to 2 lessons a day. So the survival series is pretty much like the most basic things that you need to know if you're going even just to visit Israel, not even if you're just like going to move or do an aliyah. If you're just going to visit, the survival phrases would really help you get around, and that's really important, so do that. אסיים לקרוא ספר בעברית על ידי כך שאקרא 10 עמודים ביום. I'll finish reading 1 Hebrew book by reading 10 pages a day. So I think reading 10 pages a day is a pretty realistic goal for reading. And it doesn't have to be like a very complicated book or, you can get something a little bit more simple. There are a lot of youth books in Hebrew as well, and youth series. So you can read one of those, and reading 10 pages of these a day is not that hard. אעבור את המבחן בעברית. I'll pass my Hebrew test. Yay! Though in here we're not just passing, it should be a perfect score, 100%, right? אבין באופן מוחלט סרט אחד בעברית על ידי כך שאצפה בו כל יום. I'll fully understand 1 Hebrew movie by watching it every day. Well, I guess this one is not for everybody. I'm the kind of person who can watch a movie and then well, now you don't have to rewind anymore, but I'll finish it and then I'll just watch it again directly after, immediately after. A lot of people only watch movies once, but if you're not that type of person, then that could be a good tip for you. אזמין אוכל ממסעדה ישראלית בעברית מבלי להתבלבל. I will order food from an Israeli restaurant in Hebrew without getting confused. Well, sometimes when you're standing in front of a stranger and you want to talk a foreign language, a language that you're learning, that's the moment when that's the true test, standing in front of somebody you don't know and speaking their language. But don't be shy, Heaven knows Israeli people aren't shy about their English or anything else, so just do it, and if you get confused, they'll just fix you, or, maybe they'll move to English because they'll want to practice their English, but you can politely ask to speak Hebrew. אשנן 5 שירים בעברית. I'll memorize 5 Hebrew songs. Oh God, there are some amazing Hebrew songs out there. Okay, so one of my personal favorite songs, and it's a really fun song, is called Haidische Rastaman, which is the Jewish Rastaman, and it's a song by Ehud Banai. And I can write it down for you in Hebrew in the comments below if you want to. And it's a really fun song, and that's a good one to start learning Hebrew. It's not too fast-paced. So, yeah, it's like a reggae kind of a... If you guys want any recommendations, write to me down below, and I'll give you my favorite ones. אסיים לשנן 350 מילים עם כרטיסיות HebrewPod101.com. I'll finish memorizing 350 words with flashcards on HebrewPod101.com. So, to me, I think flashcards is a very good way for memorizing. I think for words is especially words or verbs, that's really easy. Right now, I'm studying Japanese, so I'm memorizing kanji with flashcards, which is a whole different story, but that's a really good method. אלמד איך לדבר על אירועי עבר, הווה ועתיד. I'll learn how to talk about past, present, and future events. Yeah, so the good thing about Hebrew is that you only have 3 tenses, unlike English when you have 12. So that kind of makes things easy, right? אשלוט ב-150 מילים על ידי כך שאשנן 5 מילים מדי יום. I'll master 150 words by memorizing 5 words every day. So, you should give yourself realistic goals. If you're going to try and study 150 words, you're not just going to do that in 1 week. But learning 5 words a day and just memorizing them and knowing, okay, these 5, I know for sure, but it's just 5 and it's just 1 day, then little by little, you'll just learn all the 150, and that's quite a lot for your vocabulary, especially in Hebrew that doesn't have that many words. אצליח לצפות במהדורת החדשות בעברית ולהבין אותה. I'll manage to watch and understand the news in Hebrew. Well, I think that's really advanced sometimes, they talk about stuff and it's what are you talking about? If it's one of those open panel shows, then they shout and they yell and they get really upset about things, and that's kind of hard to understand when you're new to Hebrew, or even if you're intermediate. But that's a good goal to reach because the news are a very important thing in Israel, and you can listen to them on the radio every hour. And in the radio, it's very clear and very proper Hebrew as well. So maybe that's a better starting point, actually. Okay, that's it for today. We're finished with what are your top 10 language learning goals for this year. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What are your favorite Hebrew songs? What are your goals for this year? And if you want any recommendations on some songs, nudge nudge, wink wink. And I'll see you all next time. להתראות.
Want to speak real Hebrew from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HebrewPod101.com.
Hi everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about 10 most romantic ideas for a date. Let's start. ארוחת ערב לאור נרות. Candlelit dinner. ארוחת ערב לאור נרות. Candlelit dinner. לדייט הראשון שלנו, יצאנו לארוחת ערב לאור נרות. On our first date, we went out to a candlelit dinner. It's kind of intense for our first date, no? לשחק bowling. To go bowling. לשחק bowling. To go bowling. מתחשק לך אולי ללכת לשחק bowling? Are you in the mood to go bowling? That's kind of a cute date, isn't it? I don't think people do that anymore, though. Like, I don't know of any bowling alleys that exist anymore. Too bad. ללכת לאקווריום. To go to the aquarium. ללכת לאקווריום. To go to the aquarium. באילת אפשר ללכת לאקווריום התת-ימי. In Eilat, you can go to the undersea aquarium. Now that's a really good idea on a date. Like, that's fun. No matter your age, like kid, adult, old person, teenager, I mean, aquarium is pretty fun, in my opinion. ללכת לאופרה. To go to the opera. ללכת לאופרה. To go to the opera. זוגות רבים נהנים ללכת יחד לאופרה. Many couples are enjoying going to the opera. I've been to the opera before, and it's definitely not a good date idea or just a good idea in general. ללכת לארוחת ערב וסרט. To have dinner and see a movie. ללכת לארוחת ערב וסרט. To go on a dinner and see a movie. הדייט הקלאסי הוא לצאת לארוחת ערב ולראות סרט. The classic date is to go on a dinner and see a movie. Yeah, it's fun. And then after the movie, like, you have something to talk about over dinner because you've just watched a movie. לעשות פיקניק. To have a picnic. לעשות picnic. To go on a picnic. בימים יפים אפשר לעשות פיקניק בפארק. On nice days, you can have picnic at the park. And then ends. Right? Yeah. לקחת הפלגה. To take a ferry ride. לקחת הפלגה. To take a ferry ride. חברה שלי הפתיעה אותי עם הפלגה רומנטית בשקיעה. My girlfriend surprised me with a romantic sunset ferry ride. I don't think there's a place you can do that in Israel. But a lot of places that have like rivers and stuff, yeah, sure. ללכת על החוף. To walk on the beach. ללכת על החוף. To walk on the beach. אולי, במקום לשבת במסעדה, נצא להליכה על החוף. Maybe, instead of sitting in a restaurant, we can go for a walk on the beach. That's a nice idea, isn't it? I really like the beach. I don't like so much going into the water, but walking is great. ללכת למוזיאון. To go to the museum. ללכת למוזיאון. To go to the museum. רוצה ללכת למוזיאון? שמעתי על תערוכה מעניינת. Want to go to the museum? I've heard about an interesting show. To me that's more of like a girlfriend's kind of a thing, but you know, if both people like museums, then why not? It's kind of romantic. לקחת שיעור כדרות. To take a pottery class. לקחת שיעור כדרות. To take a pottery class. בוא ניקח יחד שיעור כדרות. Let's take a pottery class together. I've never done that. I would love to do that, actually. Maybe not on a date. That's kind of, you know, Patrick Swayze on Ghost kind of a vibe, but yeah, it sounds fun. Alright guys, so these were the 10 most romantic ideas for a date. Let me know in the comments below about maybe some of your dates that you had before and about good dating ideas. And don't forget to check out Hebrew Pod 101 for more Hebrew, more content, and I'll see you all next time. Shalom! Hello everybody, Edith here. Welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about 10 top phrases to help you in an emergency. let's start. התקשר למשטרה בבקשה. Call the police, please. התקשר למשטרה בבקשה. Call the police, please. If it's really an emergency, you don't have to say please. Alright? יש לך חום? Do you have a fever? יש לך חום? Do you have a fever? If you do have a fever and it's not just like a cold or something, you really should see a doctor. It's really important. איבדתי את הדרכון שלי. I lost my passport. איבדתי את הדרכון שלי. I lost my passport. You can also say passport and people will understand because sometimes in Hebrew we say passport, but usually we say darkon from the word derech, which means way, because it gives way for you to go places. אני לא מרגיש טוב. I don't feel well. אני לא מרגיש טוב. I don't feel well. That's a very general way of saying that you're not feeling well, but if you're at the doctor's office, you will have to specify a little bit further than that. אני צריך רופא. I need a doctor. אני צריך רופא. I need a doctor. Doctor in Hebrew is רופא, and if you translate it to English, it basically means like a healer, but it's not like the cosmic kind of a healer with the gems and crystals. It's just like that's the meaning of the word. אני לא מצליח למצוא את הדרך חזרה למלון שלי. I can't find the way back to my hotel. אני לא מצליח למצוא את הדרך חזרה למלון שלי. I can't find the way back to my hotel. Luckily today most people have smartphones and they have a map application, so you can ask pretty much anybody to just put the address or the name of the hotel and they can show you how to go. So that's a big relief. יש בית מרקחת בסביבה? Is there a pharmacy nearby? יש בית מרקחת בסביבה? Is there a pharmacy nearby? In Israel, on Saturdays, usually most pharmacies and any other shops are closed, but there's always one that's supposed to be open 24/7. So if it is Saturday and you're stuck, you should ask for this specific one that is open. אתה יכול לעזור לי? Can you help me? אתה יכול לעזור לי? Can you help me? To help in Hebrew is לעזור. And I ask that for people a lot when I'm at the supermarket and I can't reach the top shelf. אני צריך אמבולנס. I need an ambulance. אני צריך אמבולנס. I need an ambulance. Luckily, that's the same word in Hebrew as it is in English, so whoever you say that to, they would understand even if you don't know the rest of the sentence. It's good enough that you say ambulance and they'll get it. They will call. היכן בית החולים? Where is the hospital? היכן בית החולים? Where is the hospital? In Hebrew, the word hospital is translated to sick people's home. So beit is home or house, and cholim is sick people. Okay, everybody, that's it. Those were 10 phrases to help you in an emergency. I hope you would never have to use them. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below if you have any good or bad experiences in the world with any emergencies, and if you've encountered anything like that. Don't forget to check out HebrewPod 101 for more videos, more Hebrew, and more content, and I will see you all next time. Bye, litrot! Hello everybody, Dit here, welcome to Hebrew Top Words, and today we are going to talk about 5 most popular Israeli bands. Let's go! Hadag Nachash. Hadag Nahash. Hadag Nachash. Hadag Nahash. Hadag Nachash היא להקת היפ-הופ פופולרית. Hadag Nahash is a popular hip-hop band. So the name is kind of funny. It means the fish snake, fish snake. But actually it's an acronym. In Israel, when you're a new driver, you have to put a sign on your car that says Nahag Chadash, which means a new driver. So they just took the same letters, mixed them around, and it turned out to be the fish snake. So yeah, that's pretty much it. They really like doing this kind of wordplay, I guess. And talking about cars, one of their most favorite songs is called Shirat HaSticker, which is the song of the sticker. A lot of people in Israel put stickers on their car bumpers, which express like political views or just any other thing, or it could be like a life tip, a life message. And they took all of those stickers that you could see and turned them into a song, which is very political, and it's quite good. Mashina. Mashina. Mashina, משינה, היא מהלהקות הישראליות האהובות בכל הזמנים. Mashina is one of the most loved Israeli bands of all time. Mashina means machine in Russian. They are really a very famous group in Israel. Some people say that they took a lot of their materials from a band called Madness. I don't know if you know, they were popular in the 80s, which is kind of true. But they also have some original stuff, which is very good. So if you want to look it up, I really recommend it. Monica 6. Monica 6. Monica 6. Monica 6. בלהקת מוניקה 6, 3 נגנים. In Monica 6, there are 3 members. So as far as I know, the name Monica 6 is referring to Monica Lewinsky and that whole story with Bill Clinton when he said, "I did not have sex with that woman." I don't know why they chose this name for their band, but they're definitely a very, very good band, and they were very influential in the 90s rock scene in Israel. So definitely recommended to listen. Kaveret. Kaveret. כוורת, כוורת. מופע האיחוד של כוורת היה מרגש. Kaveret's reunion concert was moving. Kaveret is, I think, probably the most famous one in Israel. They started back in the 60s or 70s, and after they broke the band, each individual member of the band became famous on their own, and I think some of them were already famous before they started the group. So it's really a bunch of really awesome musicians. And a few years back, they did a reunion show, which was really, really moving for a lot of people because many of us kind of grew up on them, on their soundtracks. So, yeah. Habanot Nechama. Habanot Nehama. Habanot Nechama. Habanot Nehama. היי, רוצה לבוא איתי להופעה של הבנות נחמה? Hi, want to come with me to a Banot Nehama concert? So I think there's a lot of controversy around Habanot Nechama. I'm not really sure why. It's an all-girl group. That's why they are called Habanot, the girls. And there are 3 women. Each of them is individually a musician by herself. They decided to come together and do this project. I think they're pretty good, but maybe they take some getting used to their music because it can be a little bit monotonous. But I think it's interesting, and it's indie, it's music, it's feministic, it's pretty good. Okay, everybody, that's it. Those are 5 most popular Israeli brands. Let me know in the comments below if there is an Israeli band or artist that you like, if you already know some music. And also, please keep on exploring Israeli music. I think that's awesome. Don't forget to check out Hebrew Pod 101 for more Hebrew, more content, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Litraot.